I regret my decisions.
I like spicy foods.
Salsa on my tacos, sriracha, curry, hot wings, kimchi, just bring on the heat. When I was a kid, this wasn't the case, but I've really grown to appreciate spicy foods. This is like the least spicy jalapeno I've ever had.
What, now you're a little spicy?
No.
This looks like a jalapeno, right?
This isn't spicy, like, at all. Like, I almost want to, like, rub it in my eyes just to prove a point. Like, you know what? Like, okay, there we go. It's not spicy. I got a broken jalapeno.
The flavor is still good, but it's just not at all spicy. I brought a lot of other peppers, but I need them for other shots later.
What am I gonna do? Maybe I can drink hot sauce. This video was supposed to start with me crying. Not really, I mean it was a jalapeno. It wasn't that spicy, but still, there was supposed to be some sort of reaction. This is not how I thought this was going to start off. Is it flavor? Is it culture? Is it actually healthy? That's not the... Oh, okay. Hello. That's the reaction I wanted. Or is it simply a way of punishing our taste buds? I keep wanting to say I thought this would be spicier, and then then I get that little bit of a kick, and I say, okay, hello. I definitely overcooked the fries, but I'm working on this video where I'm not allowed to use clocks or anything that tells me remotely what time it is. And I decided that includes kitchen timers or any other my laundry. I'll remember it later, hopefully. Whoa! Oh, that's hot! Okay, screw this stuff. That is where the heat is at. I call this spicy truffle aioli, and it sounds really fancy, but it's actually just truff sauce mixed with mayonnaise. If you ever want to make a mayonnaise-based sauce sound fancy, just call it aioli. And woo! Why do we as humans do this to ourselves?
That's delicious.
Our taste buds can detect 5 different kinds of flavor. Sweet, salty, bitter, sour, and umami. So what is spiciness? It doesn't fit neatly into any of those 5, and it's not really a combination of them. So why do we feel the heat when we eat things? Oh. Oh no. Oh, f*** me. I know water doesn't help, but it's also 95 degrees right now, and I want to stay hydrated. This is so much milder than this that actually eating this cools down my mouth. While we do use temperature-based adjectives to describe it, you can't actually measure it with a thermometer.
Huh. I turned off the fan to film, and I literally can't tell if I'm heating up or if, like, the whole room is heating up. I did not buy milk. Crap.
I am hotter than the room right now. Okay, that's not just the fan being off. Spiciness is caused by capsaicin, an alkaline-based molecule that triggers the heat-sensitive pain receptors in our mouth. And while it doesn't cause actual physical damage, it does burn.
Is this fun? Is this fun for you?
This is hotter than I'm comfortable with.
Come on, Nate. Don't be a whip.
Whoa! Oh, f*** me! F***.
Holy! Oh, it's so much hotter than the others. Why didn't I buy milk?
At least I'm gonna stay hydrated today. Why do I want to suddenly watch Shrek?
Eat this spicy food, Nate. That'll be a funny video.
Screw you, Past Nate.
Look! Oh! I'm cutting.
Bubbles! I don't have a good chair to sit on. I'm sitting on a pelican case instead. It was either that or crouched down like this, like a goblin. That's hotter than the salsa.
That's really good, though.
Spicy and refreshing. I haven't had a good michelada in a long time.
Okay, I need to actually film and not just eat.
How do you measure spiciness?
I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I'm a chef. I've been working in kitchens for over a decade, and in one of those kitchens was a chef who loved my last name because it's the measurement for spiciness.
And when I say he loved it, I mean he was walking around the kitchen yelling it.
I don't know if you've ever had your boss walking around and yelling your name for no reason, but it's weird.
And not only that, but I had to do my best to explain to my coworkers why he was yelling my last name. I still don't know how to explain it.
Oh, that was a spicy one. That made it worse. God, it is so freaking hot right now.
So, aside from my name, what is a Scovill? It's a spiciness scale developed in 1912 by American pharmacist Wilbur Scovill. And there is a relation there, but it's pretty distant. Anyways, he created the Scovill organoleptic test. Basically, this test takes a dried chili, dissolves it in alcohol, and dilutes it in sugar water until at least 3 out of 5 trained testers are not able to detect the heat anymore. The problem is this is obviously subjective. Fortunately, in the 80s, a more scientific test was developed that was based on quantifiable evidence instead of subjective observation. Simply put, this test measures the parts per million of capsaicin, the chemical that causes spiciness in food. In researching this, I was very happy to learn that they're still using my last name as the unit of measurement for this newer test. This still doesn't explain what causes spiciness in food, though. A minute ago, I mentioned that the chemical capsaicin is responsible for heat. This chemical tricks the nerves in our mucous membranes to perceive heat. And this explains why it's not a temperature, but it's also not exactly a flavor. This kind of chemical reaction can be found in 2 places in nature. The first is obviously in chilies, and this is to ensure that only animals whose digestive tract won't kill the seeds will eat them. And this is why birds can't taste spiciness even though most animals can. And the other place where a similar chemical can be found is in the earth tiger tarantula. I'm assuming it's because the tarantula just doesn't want to be eaten. So remember, if you're afraid of spiders, there's some giant spicy ones out there. If someone likes spicy food, but has arachnophobia, does that make the spider more or less appealing?
One thing I see a lot of in and outside of kitchens is people bragging how they can handle spicy food because they're from such and such ethnicity or nationality. And it's true, spicy food is all over the world. But where does it come from originally? And it seems intuitive to assume that they come from everywhere, with piri piri coming from Africa, jalapenos coming from Mexico, shishito in Japan, Thai chilies from Thailand. There are chilies all over the world. But that doesn't tell the whole story, because the reality is, chilies are a New World food. After the New World was discovered, they came to Europe, and a lot of Europe decided they wanted nothing to do with spicy food. So they sent chilies off to the rest of the world and kept a lot of the spices that they did like in Europe. Fast forward a few centuries, and spicy food has become integral to the food identity of so many cultures.
Oh, my stomach does not like what I'm doing to it today. My first draft of the script had the history of the chili starting in the 1500s when they were first brought to the Old World. The problem with that is that the history of them started way before that. The Mesoamericans had been cultivating them for over 5,000 years at that point. They had an established history that the rest of the world just built upon. The way that most Old World countries got chilies was via Portuguese transport ships. These ships brought chilies all over the world, including to countries that are now known for their spicy food culture. Oh my god. Come on, Nate. This isn't even the spiciest thing you've had for this video. This explains how different countries got chilies, but it doesn't explain why only certain ones adopted them into their culture. The answer to that question, ironically, is heat. Heat is the enemy of safe food storage, especially when it comes to meat. I'd hope the rice and the coconut milk would make this one easier, but not really. Without refrigeration, it's very hard to keep meat for very long without it going rancid. And that's where chilies come in. Not only do they mask the flavor of older cuts of meat, but they can actually have antibacterial properties that make those older cuts safer to eat. And what's more, there are studies out there that support the theory that sweating caused by eating spicy foods can help you stay cooler in hotter climates. This all points to spicy foods being adopted by cultures that are in hotter climates because it helped solve issues that were unique to those areas. These days, though, food preservation is less of an issue thanks to refrigeration. So why is it that some people seek out spicy foods? The truth is, because we enjoy them. And that can be for all kinds of reasons. Different chilies each have their own unique flavors to lend to dishes. Some people take pride in their ability to handle the heat, and others still claim that if the food is hot enough, it gives them a feeling of euphoria or even a transcendent experience. For me, it's the flavor and the opportunity to test my own limits. I got through the script faster than I was expecting to. I don't have anything else to talk about. This is mostly for your pleasure. My dad told me about how he had this technique for eating Thai chilies where he would literally just swallow them whole. And so he could like eat them without flinching. Like he would fake chewing and stuff like that. I've always wanted to see if I can do that. So. Ugh! How did he do that? I just got like jabbed by the pointy end and the... I haven't even gotten to the spicy part and I'm tearing up. Yeah, no, I can't do that. Oh, you, cupcake. Oh my god. Even my burps are spicy. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Why did I think this was a good idea? You are a mean cupcake. Not only was this spicy, but this was like a big serving. That was awful. I can go to the store and get some milk. I regret my decisions.